So, when I was 5 years old, I received a Sega Genesis for Christmas. The console came prepackaged with Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and I played that game for hours, trying to find optimal routes and beating the game as fast as possible. The joy of playing the game came from playing the game over and over and over. And I applied this practice to other games I received for the console, like Sonic 3, Toe Jam and Earl, The Lion King. And, while that drive to beat my previous times or high scores has faded as times pass and I've gotten older, I can definitely appreciate the experience I had with that system and my library of games. Fast forward to the present, I have an NSO with expansion pass subscription for my Nintendo Switch. And seeing the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy, SNES, and N64 libraries, admittedly kind of drip fed content, is still the highlight of my gaming month. Knowing I'll be able to experience some classic titles again or for the first time. But every time the NES library is updated, I internally or sometimes externally groan, knowing it's going to be some ancient and dusty games I have no interest in playing. And look, they get a pass for the most part, right? Like back then, developers were still figuring out what video games were when they were developing them. Uh, so I get it, but that doesn't stop them from not feeling great to play. So if I have to choose between spending my time playing a current title or any of the other NSO libraries or an NES game, I'm typically skipping over the NES game. So why have I pre-ordered Nintendo World Championship NES Edition? Because I think this is going to be the ideal way to play these titles. Looking over how the game has been presenting itself, we're looking about 150 short-ish gameplay segments focused on completing whatever task or exercise is laid out as quickly as possible. You can rise in ranks, beat your own best times, or even take the game online, competing against not necessarily their players, but their ghosts. And those incentives, the letter grades and the social clout and the social experience are exactly what these older games need to stay relevant. You give the players kind of a carrot for completing tasks while still staying true to the core design of these older titles. They've cultivated a modern community that incentivizes and prioritizes speedrunning in this game. And to be honest, I think that's exactly what I needed to appreciate the games that laid the foundation for the titles I love today. Uh, on my own, I just don't have the drive to play through these games, on NSO or on original hardware. But if you present them to me in bite-sized segments, I'm gonna dig in every time. But what about you? Do you think you'll be picking up Nintendo Championship NES Edition? Gosh, that's a title. Or is the way that these games are presented still not enough to grab your interest? Or are you one of the folks who can play through an NES game and just have a blast doing it? Just let me know in the comments below. If you can, drop a like on this video. We always appreciate the interaction we receive uh, when putting these videos out there. We love the community that's starting to form on this channel. Anyway, my name is Andrew Bolkar, and I will talk to you next time.